Hello student, good morning everyone. I hope you guys are doing well at your home and you all are healthy and safe. So welcome once again to my chemistry channel Amazing Chemistry Classes. I am your chemistry teacher Dr. Rohit Chakravarti, an educator by profession. So today I have come up with a new video. So today I am going to discuss about the organic chemistry of class 12th. I am going to discuss few name reactions from aldol and ketones chapter. So let's start with the video. So today I'm going to start with this video to give you a brief about few name reactions like aldol chemistry, then your Cannizzaro reaction, then your Getterman-Koch. So basically these name reactions belongs to your chemistry chapter, that is aldehydes and ketones. So let's start with the video. Alright, first one, what I have written over here, let me read out for you, that the reactions due to alpha hydrogen, the aldehydes and ketones undergo a number of reactions due to the acidic nature of alpha hydrogen. So I'm going to discuss what is alpha hydrogen, okay, which in turn is due to the electron withdrawing group of the carbonyl. This group is known as carbonyl group, okay, C double bond O, and over there it could be hydrogen or it could be 2-methyl group, okay. So the acidity of alpha hydrogen of aldehydes and ketones, the carbon atom next to the carbonyl group is called alpha carbon, okay. So let me show here. Suppose this is the carbonyl carbon, okay, and the carbon next to it is known as alpha carbon. So the hydrogen attached to this one is known as alpha hydrogen, okay. So what I have written over here, let me read out for you, that the carbon atom next to the carbonyl group is called alpha carbon, alright, and the hydrogen atom attached to the alpha carbons are called alpha hydrogen. And due to strong electron withdrawing effect of carbonyl group, always remember that the carbonyl group is having the electron withdrawing tendency. So what happened? Due to the strong electron withdrawing effect of the carbonyl group, the alpha carbon atom become the electron deficient. So this carbon will be the electron deficient, which in turn withdraw electron from the alpha carbon hydrogen bond. As a result, electron density on alpha carbon hydrogen decreases and hence alpha hydrogen atom become weakly held. What happen when it comes in contact with any base? So base will abstract the proton. Here I have shown with the arrows also. What happened? This base will abstract the proton. What I have written over here, that the alpha carbon atom becomes electron deficient, which in turn withdraw the electron from the alpha carbon hydrogen bond. So as a result, what happened? Electron density on the alpha carbon hydrogen bond decreases. So there will be less electron density over this carbon, and hence alpha hydrogen atom become weakly bonded. So this hydrogen become weakly bonded, which can be easily abstracted by the strong base. So now this hydrogen, because it is now weakly bonded, so this base will easily abstract this proton. Okay, let me show you that there is a resonance stabilized also on this enolate anion. This is known as enolate anion because what happens when hydrogen gets removed, there will be a partial negative charge that gets generated on this alpha carbon, okay, and here there is a resonance stabilized. You can see this double bond, it moves to the oxygen atom, so there will be an extra electron pair, lone pair of electron, okay. So this is the resonance stabilized enolate ion. Now let me discuss the first name reaction, that is the aldol condensation. What happened? What is aldol condensation? Aldehyde and ketones containing at least one alpha hydrogen. Very important point to remember, that in aldol condensation, those reactions which underwent aldol condensation need to have at least one alpha hydrogen atom, undergo a reaction in presence of dilute alkali. Alkali, you know, NaOH, KOH is considered as an alkali. As a catalyst, form beta hydroxyaldehydes or aldol. So beta hydroxyaldehydes are called aldol or beta hydroxyketol. Let me show you the reaction here. Here you can see this is the acetaldehyde, okay. When it reacts with dilute NaOH, it results in the formation of aldol. This is aldol, okay. And what happens when there is a removal of water molecule from this? So double bond will be generated, and this final product will be but2-ene-al, because on 2 position there is a double bond and here there is a aldehyde group. So Al, we all know that normally we use Al for IUPAC, so the name for this compound is but2-ene-al, okay. Similarly, I have taken one more example of acetone here. Here it is a ketone. So what happens when it reacts with the base barium hydroxide? Again there will be formation of a ketone. This is the ketone group. The IUPAC would be 4-hydroxy 4-methyl pentane 2-on, and when we heat it there will be removal of water and generation of a double bond, that is pi bond. Okay, so this reaction is known as aldol condensation. Moving on to the next one, that is cross aldol condensation. In this, what happens when aldol condensation is carried out between two different aldehyde or ketone, then reaction is said to be the cross aldol. In first we have seen that only acetaldehyde reacts, but here you can see there is a acetaldehyde along with the propanaldehyde. So when these two reacts, it results in the formation of butynenyl, because double bond again, and there is a aldehyde group, plus there is a formation of 2-methyl pent 2-enal. So this kind of reaction is known as cross aldol condensation, because here two different aldehyde reacts in presence of NaOH, results in the formation of two products. Okay, and when there will be a self aldol products, so these will be the two self aldol products, you can see, I hope. Okay, now moving on to the next point, that is ketones can also be used as one of the component in cross aldol. What happened here, we can use one aldehyde group and one ketone group. Okay, so here I have given an example also. This reaction is known as I told you, cross aldol reaction, and it is of great synthetic use even if one of the carbonyl does not possesses the alpha hydrogen. Here you can see it does not possesses any alpha hydrogen. This is benzaldehyde. It reacts with acetophenone, and the product would be benzyl acetophenone, because the name comes from the two reactants name. Here you can see benzaldehyde, so benzyl acetophenone. Okay, there will be a double bond formation, removal of water will be there, and there is a ketone. So the name of the product is benzyl acetophenone. Alright, now the second one is the Cannizzaro reaction. This is opposite of aldol reaction. In that reaction, what we have seen, for aldol and cross aldol there has to be one alpha hydrogen. However, for Cannizzaro reaction, aldehyde which does not have any alpha hydrogen underwent self oxidation and reduction. So those reactions which underwent self oxidation and reduction is known as disproportionation reaction. On heating with concentrated alkali, in this one molecule get reduced to alcohol while another get oxidized. So both the reaction will happen simultaneously. One molecule get oxidized, however the other get reduced. Here you can see formaldehyde, 2 molecule of formaldehyde I have taken with concentrated KOH. On heating, what happened? It results in the formation of alcohol, methanol. So it get reduced and the formation of potassium formate. So this one is oxidized. Similarly, I have given an example of aromatic aldehyde, that is benzaldehyde. It reacts with concentrated NaOH, results in the formation of benzyl alcohol, and here you can see it is a sodium salt. Okay, so I hope you like this video, and do share this video and write down all the name reactions which I am going to discuss in this video, and make a notes, very important, because in organic chemistry till you don't write down you will not be able to memorize it. So it is very important for you to learn all the reactions. Okay, moving on to the next one, that is electrophilic substitution reaction. Here I have given some electrophilic substitution reaction of aldehyde. Here you can see this benzaldehyde when it reacts with sulfuric acid. These three are considered as electrophilic substitution. First is sulfonation, second is nitration, and third is halogenation. Similarly, I have given an example of acetophenone also. Here you can see all these three groups are electron withdrawing. So the sulfonation will happen only at the meta position. So meta-benzaldehyde sulfonic acid, meta-nitrobenzaldehyde, and meta-bromo-benzaldehyde. Similarly, if we talk about acetophenone also, acetophenone underwent sulfonation reaction, and on the meta position the group will come. Similarly, nitration and bromination. So what I have written over here, aromatic aldehyde and ketones undergo usual electrophilic substitution reaction of benzene nucleus, such as halogenation, nitration, and sulfonation. Always remember 3 reactions for electrophilic substitution on aromatic carbon, that is nitration, sulfonation, and halogenation. Okay, next topic is iodoform test, very important. Ethanol. So this test is actually to distinguish between the ethanol and propanol. How we can distinguish? Here you can see this is the ethanol or acetaldehyde. When it reacts with NaOH and iodine, results in the formation of iodoform. However, when propanol, that is propanaldehyde, reacts with NaOH and iodine, there will be no reaction. So this is a very important distinguished test for your practical exam also. You guys can take a snapshot also. Ethanol, because of the presence of CH3CO skeleton group, it gives iodoform. However, propanol, due to absence of such a skeleton, this skeleton is very important for the iodoform test. Okay, so thank you so much. Do share, like and subscribe my channel.